everyone, back again. The purpose of this video is kind of twofold. People have been asking me where I get my powders from that I've been using on the moulds that you've seen. So it's to sort that one out, and also to have another look at some of these cheap moulds from Temu that I've been testing. And I think we're coming to the conclusion with these so far that although they might not be the quality and last as long as posh moulds, they are, for the money, pretty darn good. Now, as you can see, I've got a load of other projects going on around me, so I will zoom you in. I'm trying to clear a space here and it's not working, but here we go. Now, as regards the powders, this is the first question I was going to clear up for you. People keep asking me, where did you get them from? Now, I always put the links below in the description. But I think the fact that I've been using so many different ones lately, and some of them from a very, very old stash of powders that I've got from back when I used to do a lot of nail art, it's kind of confused everybody. So today I'm just going to use my two current favourites, and they are from a current nail art set that I bought quite recently. So I will be able to share the link to this one with you. And also some from resin, including their chameleon flakes and chameleon powders. So yes, twofold purpose to this video: one, to try another one of these cheap moulds, and two, to clear up the questions you might have about the mica powders. So what I'm doing in here is just colouring in as I usually do. And I'm sure you've seen many times before the mica powders straight onto the mould. Now, as you know, I'm sure, they don't always stick to moulds. Now, these cheap moulds are very shiny, and that does lend itself to sticking nicely. This powder is a highly metallic one. It's almost like a chrome finish. They do market it as chrome. Yeah, it doesn't come out exactly like chrome. It's more of a shiny satin, but it is very shiny as powders go. So I'm getting through this like crazy. Now, what I've discovered recently is you can buy it in sets, which of course is what I did initially. But also I've discovered since that you can buy them individually as well. I got the original set from Amazon. You can also get them individually from Amazon, so I will put you the links. You can get them from Temu as well. Not tried them yet, don't know what they're like, so I can't really comment on those. But the reason I was quite pleased to find that you can get individual ones too is that I keep running out of this green. And the reason for that is it's beautiful, and I've been doing a lot of sort of nature inspired things lately, and also a lot of dragons, and of course this is just beautiful on dragons. So I'm going to do the leaves in this, and then we will have a look at the chameleon flakes, which I'm going to use on the little birdies, I think. And then, what shall we use for the tree trunks? I'm thinking just normal mica, because I've got some of the resin range. I said we'd be using that as well today. In like a deep copper colour, which I think will be lovely for the tree trunk. I think all in all, I think we can say, you know, as a summary, I'm pretty happy with what I'm getting from Temu. I should be. I've spent a blinking fortune. If anybody's not used Temu yet, stop. Before you do, hop on to Claire's Crafty Corners channel and find the link for her Discord as well. Because on one or the other or both, you'll find that there's a link for getting a discount off your first order. Right, I'm just going to carry on with this. I'm sure a lot of you are fast forwarding through this bit. I don't mind at all. Depends if you want to hear me wittering on or not. Some people seem to like me wittering on, which is very odd. You're wonderful people, you lot. You really are. Still talking a bit funny. I'm kind of mass producing videos because I've really got a bit overexcited about this at the moment. Not taking my time at all. You may notice these all get uploaded rather quickly, and that is just because I'm so excited about this huge stash I had from Temu all at once. But if I am talking a bit funny, yeah, I am now. What is it now? Is it Tuesday today? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So I've had. The dental work is still recent. I had the first wave of it on Friday. So yeah, I'm going to be talking a bit odd on and off for the next few months. In fact, it's a long process. Okay. So yeah, where I'm at with videos, if anybody wants to know. I'm going to have a couple of members only videos coming up soon because I've got some behind the scenes stuff for you. But in terms of the regular videos, we're carrying on as always, completely unaffected by the fact that I've got a members channel going now. Well, members, you know, pages and exclusives and all that malarkey. So those of you who are not joining things type people, don't worry. The videos are still coming at you thick and fast, as you probably have noticed. Right, let's get the birds in. Once I've done all of these, my next fad I think is going to be crystals, because I keep getting asked questions about crystals, mostly about, again, the cheap Temu moulds. A lot of the crystals are matte finish, which comes out lovely if you're trying to replicate something like, let's say, rose quartz, that sort of thing. Now, I have got a couple of moulds that were proper posh ones from Julia Art Studio. I've had them sent over from America, and those are shiny. You may have seen those in some of my videos, but I'll do another one when I get on to making these ones I'm talking about, because what I want to do is show you some ideas I've had for getting a matte finish mould to be shiny. So yeah, crystals, that's going to be my next fad, I think. I've got lots of other little bits and pieces in between too, but when I next do as a bit of a, what do they call it, going down a rabbit hole, yeah, that's it, isn't it? With a particular theme, crystals would be the one. Now what I've put in there is the mica flakes. Those are from Let's Resin. Absolutely gorgeous. So again, I'll put the links for you below. So we are just going to use the two brands today. So next I need to grab myself a Let's Resin, like a deep coppery colour. So let's go hunting. It's called, what's that called? Dark mocha, does that say? I really should put my glasses on. But it's basically a really dark bronzy brown. And you know what? I don't think I've used it before. We'll soon see. Is it still? Yes, it's still got the thing on the top. Now this one isn't mirror finish. It isn't colour flip or anything like that. So let's see how that one goes. Now there are little flowers on this as well, so I should do something with those, shouldn't I? Let's go for a nice pastel pink. And again, I've not used this one before either. So you're on a voyage of discovery with me, but this is like a lavendery pink, I think. So let's get these flowers in first. Where's my little brush? Let's clean him off. The other thing I've been asked about a lot lately as well is this purple mat that I'm working on. No, this isn't one I've made. I don't make them this big. This is just a beauty, isn't it? And again, I'll pop the link for you below. It was from Amazon. And actually, another thing I'm quite impressed with, and I haven't found an equivalent on Temu. I just liked it because it was, well, lilac, purple. but there's more to it than that. It's coming up clean really, really easily. It seems to be a different sort of finish to it. I don't know how or why. It is just silicone, but it's got like a nice satiny finish somehow, and it just cleans up so easily. I just attack it with my Wonder Wipes. Not when I've had the heat on underneath it. I let it cool down properly first if I've had a heat mat on. And yeah, sometimes I've given it a spray with some alcohol. I've wiped it down afterwards with some silicone lubricant, because I do keep hearing from some resin artists that the alcohol can dry your silicone out. So just to be on the safe side, that's what I've been doing, and it is really, really quick and easy to clean. I'm finding it quicker and easier than the black mats that I've used before. Don't know why. It's food grade silicone, which is what we tend to use for stuff anyway, so your guess is as good as mine. Right, that one was, does that say light purple? Say it looks more pink to me, but anyway, there we are. Okay, quick clean up again. Probably don't need to worry about cleaning, keep cleaning up, it just looks nicer. Normally I only worry if I've got pigment where I don't, mica where I don't want it. But I think that's pretty good. So next will be to go in all the twigs and branches. So let's have a slightly chunkier brush for this. You'll see I tend to clean my brushes off on these mats. You don't want to get them wet while you're doing powders, do you? Because you then got to wait for the brush to dry. Now this is nice. You'll need a thinner brush to get into all the smaller ones, but that's got the big ones in beautifully. Now obviously, because I'm going in with this layer now, I'm not worried if it goes onto the leaves or anywhere else. Oh, there's another bird there I missed. Yeah, I'm not worried if it goes onto the other areas, because it's yeah, only the layer that's against the silicone you'll be able to see anyway, so that's fine. How did I miss a birdie? Oh. Very pleased to report that the mica flakes do stick to, oh there's another one there, do stick to these moulds well. And a leaf. Oh look, I'm seeing loads of bits I've missed. I bet you've all been sat there going, Tracy, you've missed a bit. Where's my green? There's my green. As you can see, I've got through a lot of this green. That's why I was pleased to find you could buy them separately. There we are. Is that it now? Have I got them all? What am I like? Right, where did I get to? It was this brush, wasn't it? Yeah, so I'm now not caring if this goes everywhere, because it's, you know, I'm going to splash it around, going to get it into all of the nooks and crannies. I will have a little wipe round afterwards, just so that you can, because it makes it easier for you to see what's going on. But as you can see, I'm just splashing it straight over the green, doesn't matter, because the colour that's already there is well stuck to the mould. And oh, there's another little bird. I've done him brown now. Oh, how many more little birds have I missed? We'll have a little brown bird, shall we? Why not? I could clean that out, I suppose. Yeah, anyway, what was I? Stop rambling. Yeah, brushing into all of these areas. If it goes over the others, it's fine. Very often, actually, when I do use mica powders in a mould, I'll very often just go in with the last coat that goes all over everything anyway, just to make sure there's no bits that show through. As usual though, I will be backing this with black, so it doesn't really matter if I do miss a bit. It's not a problem. because the black will just show through. And black always looks okay wherever it shows. Can't believe I missed another bird. Idiot. Idiot woman. Idiot. Come on, pop it in the comments below. Have you all been sat there shouting at me going, no, 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 you've missed another bird? Were you? Bet you were. This is what happens when you're trying to talk and do stuff at the same time. My other half is quite adamant that I can't talk and drive at the same time. I know I can't listen and talk at the same time, that's for certain. But then who can? Right, this brush is going to suffer from this. I'll give him a good clean in a bit. Look, it's gone all fluffy now. I could get in here with a micro brush. I'm sure somebody's going, why aren't you using a micro brush? See, I'm imagining you all talking to me. Only reason for that is this is quicker. And you know me and my impatience, so it is what it is. Okay, have I got everything now? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can clean that little bird out, because that's going to annoy me. I think I need a bit more of the coppery colour in there too. Bronze, whatever you want to call it, dark browny colour. Okay, I've got him mostly cleaned out. Where's that? There it is. Here we are. That's got a bit of the green in my brush as well, so he might come out green. Right, there we are. And yeah, final bit of the brown in these top bits here. So you just splash it all over. What you do need to do, I'm saying splash it all over, you do need to actually make sure it gets rubbed into the silicone. Because kind of burnishing it onto the silicone is what makes it stick. It'll stick to a certain degree anyway, but if you want that nice metallic finish, you need to burnish it on. Right, now we need to have a real good look round here as I keep missing bits. Make sure I've got them all. Like I said, it wouldn't be the end of the world though, because the black will just show through if there are any bits. Clean up, and then we're going to pour the resin. All I'm going to do is use some of the 1:1 resin from Let's Resin. Yes, I am still using that up. As you know, I am allergic to it, so I will be PPE to hell and then jumping straight in the shower. But it's wonderful resin to use, so I am sure as hell not going to chuck it away or give it away. I am going to make sure I use it all up. Just be mega careful how I do it. Keep an eye on my other videos. I am testing at the moment a load of other brands of resin. What I will say to you is that they're all good for different reasons, is what I'm finding so far. So keep trying them, find which ones suit you. I know some people love Vista. I like Vista, it's very, very good. Some people like Let's Resin. Again, as I said, although I'm allergic to it, it is a very, very good resin to use, and so on and so forth. Currently trying some from Entropy Resins as well. I'm trying one that's designed for a slower cure, intended for deep pores. I'm trying that. And I am extremely fond of the resins from Arc as well. So, anyway. Oh, and Jade Diction. I'm using some of theirs too at the moment. There. Right, now that's made it so I can see better. I think I've got most of it. There's a bit there, look. Can you feel the concentration? Okay, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. Now, mixing up some resin. You don't want to sit and watch me mix resin, do you? It's intensely boring. So I shall fast forward that bit, but I'll just show you what it is that I'm mixing. And I have no idea how much I'm going to need for this. It's a funny shaped mould, isn't it? So I shall probably do... Where are we? Here's a cup. Is that a clean one? Yeah. I don't know, I'm just going to do a cupful and see how far it goes. So as this is a 1-to-1 resin, I'm just going to do 80 millilitres initially, simply because it's a 100 millilitre cup. I can't use the bigger one at the moment because one I've managed to split and the other is all gloopy and messy. I need to clean it up. So if I went right up to the top of this one, of course it will get very messy when I try to stir it. So I'm just going to do this little cup here. And the black pigment I'll be using, I think this is my current black pigment. I am getting a bit biased with pigments. Vuba Vista Colours. It's very thick, it's very intense colour, and it does mean that you only need a little bit to get a really rich black. I'm going to try the rest of their colours at some point because they do them in a set. Actually, I'll put you the link for that set if I can find it. Now, as we know, if you use too much liquid pigment in your resin, it will stop it from curing. So the fact that this is so intense in its pigment means you only need a little bit, which is really good. They say 10%. To be honest, I don't know where I've got 10% from. I'm sure I've heard somebody say 10%. I've found if you put more than just a few drops in, which is probably less than 5%, it inhibits the curing. So yeah, I'm trying to use mostly ones, when I want a really thick colour like this, really opaque, I'm trying to use the pigments that are very, very heavily pigmented. And I'm finding with pigments you definitely get what you pay for. I've got some cheap pigments, kind of alright. But things like the Vista ones, the Let's Resin ones, all the other proprietary brands, they're definitely better. Right, I'm going to keep stirring this. Like I said, you don't want to watch me stirring it. I'm also stirring it way too fast, so don't do like I do, do like I say. Stir it nice and slowly. And you will probably want, I don't know, do they say 4 minutes? I don't know, just keep stirring. You don't want to leave it so it flash cures in your pot though. If you feel it start to warm up, get on and pour it quick. But yeah, give it a good long stir. And this is about the speed you should be stirring, okay? As you can see, I'm causing bubbles. But you should be stirring kind of like so. Got it? Anyway, I'll be back in a moment when this is thoroughly stirred up and we'll get pouring. And just going to go work my way round. Of course it'll find its way down into all the nooks and crannies anyway, but just to give it a bit of a help, I'm wanting to get into the leaves a bit. And the stalks, it'll settle itself into these. I'm just trying to sort of get it flowing really. It is quite cool in this room today, and I'm wondering if I perhaps should have been patient and used a slower cure resin than this. Because when the room is cool, the resin is thicker, which when you're trying to get into nooks and crannies, it might not be such a good thing. I have tended a lot lately to use deep pore resins, even in shallow pores, for that very reason. It does mean it takes forever to cure though, so you do need to be a lot more patient than I typically am, which is why I've gone back to persevering with a more regular resin. Now I think I am going to need another pot mixed up, so I'm just going to carry on. I'll speed things up for you, and I do want to show you what happens with the powders in this one as the resin settles and as I spray it with the alcohol spray afterwards. For anyone who doesn't know about alcohol spray, it helps to disperse bubbles. It breaks the surface tension. You can use a kitchen long nose torch lighter thingy. Those work pretty well too. I do sometimes use an actual blowtorch. It is incredibly hot, so while silicone is pretty good with heat, it doesn't do the moulds a lot of good to get them as hot as that torch is. So it's something that you have to be very, very careful with, and for most people might be worth avoiding. You really want to keep it away from the silicone itself, basically. Right, I'm just going to spray this then with some alcohol, and then I really must zoom you in because I want you to see what the powders are doing. Actually, if I take my gloves off now because I've finished handling it, I'll grab my camera and I'll move it closer because I can move you around and you can watch what's going on. So excuse the wobbling. But what you should be able to see is that let's zoom a bit. The powders are coming to the surface. That's the surplus that hasn't stuck to the mould. And as you can see, there's some bits where I've gone over. I've got resin where I shouldn't have. Doesn't really matter. Now I'm not going to put any heat under this because I do want it to flow around. As you can see, it's pretty much full up, but it's slightly concave. So I'm not going to put any heat under because I don't want it to cure too fast. I want it to kind of, you know, go down into the leaves and everything. I might even come and do a little bit of a top up later. Anyway, I'll see you for the demold, basically. Quick tip here for you. Those of you who've got moulds that are an absolute nightmare to get out, this one is mega fiddly. Then I've discovered you can tip them over and you can hold down the object that you're demoulding so you don't break it and peel the mould off from the back. You can see how fiddly this one is. As you go, you're going to want to just check parts, push them down. With this one I've got loads of extra bits when I overspilt with the resin. Not a problem, but you can see, look, there's a leaf lifting up here. Now this has cured, it's just very, very slightly bendy still. And it's just because these parts are so fine. I did know it was going to be a complete nightmare to demould, but this seems to be the way to do it. This way, you don't break any bits off and end up with a nasty bendy mess. Okay, so you do want to wait till it's pretty much completely and utterly hardened. It's probably, what could I say, 5% off, that's all. It's been a good 24 hours anyway. You can see there's just still a tiny bit of give to it. It's nowhere near as bendy as I often demould things. I've been a good girl and left this. So, still fiddly, don't get me wrong, this is still fiddly, but it's a lot better than trying to pick it out up the right way. Does mean, of course, you can't do one of those fancy you know, reveals in the same way. You know, the flip it over, the wait for it, flip it over type thing. But I don't always do that anyway. And then towards the end, especially once you've got into the middle like I have here, you can just gently keep going. And there we go. Clean mouldish. Just got to get all these little wastage bits out. That won't take me long. But there we go, and isn't that beautiful? I'm just going to wipe the surface down here because then you'll be able to see it better. Pleased with this. It's going to go on the wall somewhere if anyone wants to deprive me of it. Most of the things I make will be for sale one way or another because I can't keep everything. Just that some I've found I want to mass produce, others may end up being one-offs to know. I think I might make a few of these though, because that one was fun. Quite labour intensive, getting all the mica in the right places, but personally I think that's lovely. And another thumbs up for yet another mould from Temu. I don't know how long, I really don't know how long these cheap moulds are going to last. I've had cheap moulds like this in the past that have eventually gone yellow and brittle. but having said that, they take a long time to do it. So for cheap moulds, I don't think it matters. Once they go like that, I tend to use them for all sorts of odd things anyway. You know, like dropping my paintbrushes onto when I'm not using them, and anywhere that's going to be a messy mat, effectively. So yeah, I need to just carry on. I'll probably get some tweezers on this. It's just where I've got resin in the bits where you don't need resin. There we go. So I'll carry on just picking those out, but as you can see, the mould has fared well. And there we go. We have a finished tree, and even the little bird that I messed up initially and filled in when I shouldn't have done, even that's come out fine. And I didn't get many bubbles anywhere. There's a little one there, that's about it. And yeah, it all spread and went smooth, and as you can see, the colours are lovely. And I think the subtlety of this bronze in the middle, that works really well on the trunk. If you remember, that was the mirror finish effect here. So this was Let's resin. I'll just go through them and remind you. This is the Let's resin. I forget what the colour's called, but it's just from their bulk set, their standard mica powder set. It's not chameleon or anything. This is from the nail art set, which I'll put the link for you below, and these are the chameleon flakes, again from Let's resin. So yeah, more links for you. These have come out a bit pale. I think maybe that pink doesn't work so well because it's so pale with a black background, but all the same, I think it's a generally nice effect. So there we go. I'll be doing some photos for you to pop at the end of the video, and if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up, because that does really help me out, and it tells me that I'm on the right tracks in my videos as well. And if you like this video, then I'm sure you're going to like the videos that I've made, if you haven't already seen them, on the bee plaques, also from Temu. So I'll put you the link at the end of this video for that video sequence as well. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, because that really helps go. So dive on in and enjoy. Thanks everyone. See you again soon.